Welcome back to episode 2. So we got up at 6 this morning, went for a little stroll, got some coffee, came back, and the two boys that work with me under Rival Coaching, we had a team meeting. So we went over everyone's week, how the clients are going, any issues, and basically how we can run and improve the service. Now I'm going to go link up with Byron. We're going to go run a session at Nexus Performance. We're officially over 1 week down. So has he lost any weight? Has he eaten his meals? Is he sick of me yet? How's his progress going? And what is going good for him so far? Let's go find out. 3 must-haves before you go to the gym to have an insane session. 1, caffeine. 2, good music on the way to the gym. And thirdly, being stuck behind a fucking monster truck on the way to the gym. Getting every single red light on the way to the gym. Shit, man, just a cherry on top to really, really piss you off to have a really good fucking session. All right, we're with the man, the legend, the myth. Byron is here.
Hello. I'm back.
He's back. Just as a bit of a recap from week 1, we kind of set the step count for the week, the day. We went through his meals, what we're going to be prepping, training. We broke down his training split. If you haven't yet, go back and watch episode 1 because it'll make more sense watching this one today. How are we feeling this week? How's your energy?
Yeah, we're feeling good, but had a little bit of a stitch up this week. We had little kittens get born and at 3 a.m. I was up, so I've been thrown out the last few days for just sleep schedule. So it's been a mission to just get back in check and get the routine back underway and just catch up on a bit of rest as well. But other than the sleep, everything else has been really good. Gym sessions have been feeling amazing. It's been so good just getting back in, moving the body again, feeling my strength just like going up, just feeling all my body just kind of turning back on since it's been so long since I've been in the gym last, and just being active and healthy on a proper serious level.
Have you been hungry or any cravings or anything like that so far?
Honestly, hunger just hasn't really existed. I've actually been finding it kind of hard to hit the calories that we've had set.
When we try plan out food for our clients, or just when you guys are cutting weight, you want to make sure you've got plenty of volume in your foods. It sounds weird and most people get confused when you say you can lose weight but eat more food, because like technically you're eating more volume, like actual more food on a plate, but it's less calories. That should make sense, right?
Yeah, no, the volume is definitely what's doing it for me. It makes me eat slower.
When you're actually full, you're not going to have as many cravings. Like when you're craving it because you're hungry, realistically. How was like the meal tracking or like weighing, prepping and all that stuff?
Yeah, honestly, it was pretty easy. Like, it's nice to just have preset recipes and preset meals. Like, I don't really have to think about it too much. On his app as well, like, you've got a button that you click and it gives you how many days of like food you want to get, and it automatically creates a shopping list for you. So I'll let you do that, copy and paste it into my notes on my phone, go into the shops, and then I'm done. It's so simple.
Let's go.
It's so easy. It takes no brain capacity. It's good.
He's not a paid actor, guys, I promise.
It's really nice to like kind of hand prep your own meals, cook them, like know that what you're putting in there is good quality food.
That's it. And none of that soggy, sad meals that are sitting in the fridge for like 2 weeks. That shit sucks. What was one thing that was hard for the first week?
Biggest struggle has definitely been getting my steps in, to be honest. Everything else has been pretty easy. I think just overall adjusting to like a new routine, getting back into the gym most days of the week, making sure I'm hitting all my meals each day as well, and trying to balance all this with general lifestyle with work. It's just work. It has been an adjustment, but yeah, getting my steps in has been the hardest part. I mean, I work from home. I don't really have much need to leave home throughout my days other than to go to the gym. We found like a little 1.5 kilometer loop, which is good for maybe 3,000 steps. Going to IKEA and going to Kmart and just window shopping worked pretty well.
With his steps being a bit of a struggle for the week, obviously there's been a few hiccups, like life happens. Life happens and shit pops up, work as well. So we're going to try our best to increase his steps where we can. And if 8,000 a day isn't going to be realistic, the other way to make sure he keeps progressing is just going to be either decreasing his food, which shouldn't be an issue because he's not hungry. He's still losing good weight. I think you're down 2 kilos in the first week, roughly about 2 kilos in a week. So that's always a good indicator that we're on the right track. If you're lacking sleep, if you're a bit stressed, fatigue is high, your weight on the scales is usually going to trend up or maintain for a few days. Extra water retention and whatnot too. So if you guys are in that same boat, don't stress. Get some good sleep. It'll come back down. As long as you're on the plan. I'm not really the biggest fan of cardio. Depends what you want to do. But we'll probably bring food down just a touch to make sure we're making up for those extra steps. Per 1,000 steps is roughly like 50 calories, depending on your weight and how much muscle you have and whatnot. But that's like a good little gauge to keep in mind if you guys were interested. One win that you had for the week.
Being back in the gym, it feels so fucking good. I forgot how good it feels for your mind and body to just be in there training consistently. It's just got me so motivated, so excited to just see this progression over the next 12 or so weeks.
And considering it was only his first week, we kept his intensity in the sessions a bit bit lower than normal, just so we can get used to the movements. He's not going to be super sore, and we can actually complete the full week of training without like being dead by the end of the week and not being prepared for the next week.
I've always been in such pain like those first weeks. I have to say this has been the first time I've ever came back to the gym, trained like relatively hard still, but came out of it, body's feeling good, and my muscle recovery has been like just amazing. Like I haven't really had any issues of being like too tight, too sore in anywhere.
That's the idea behind it. So next time you guys get a new block or you're starting back in the gym, keep that in mind. Don't give it 110%, give it about 80% and then go from there. It's time to go into the gym, so we'll see you guys in there. All right, we're kicking off with our second upper session for the week. We have single cable lateral raises, flat machine press, machine chest flies, single arm lat pull downs or iliac rows, twin cable curls, and some tricep work at the very end. So let's get into it. So last week, Byron hit 10 kilos for 15 reps. So keeping in mind, we're still going to keep about 2 reps in reserve for this set. We've currently got 9.5 kilos on the stack, but I did notice, as you can see in that last clip, the form could be improved a little bit. So if we're decreasing reps or weight for better form, it's going to be way better long term and you get better results without getting injured or having any niggles. So we're going to fix up his form, we'll run through some cues and then see how heavy we can make 9 kilos look. So before, when Byron was coming up, his elbow was very close to his torso. There's not really much tension on the side delt. He probably feels it a lot up here, where I can feel it now, it's pretty tight. So now what we're gonna do instead, we're gonna keep the arm a bit straighter. We're gonna pull it away from his body. We're gonna keep the tension as far away as we can. That's gonna put a lot more tension on his delt here. Another little cue is put your pinky, we'll go again, go another rep. Put pinky to the ceiling. So that's gonna be leading the weight with your pinky finger. You're gonna get way more tension. You're gonna feel a lot more on your side delt. I can feel it now, she's twitching. And this is less weight than he did last week. Stop there. That's about 2. I'd say he had about 2 more left before completely being done. So
That's way harder. Yeah, I can feel it so much more in that delt. I've always felt like a little bit awkward. I feel like my form changes for lateral raises every other session, to be honest, just trying to like fine tune it, but literally just having that little like pinky to the sky, huge. Just give that a go, please.
Last week's chest press, Byron hit 60 for 10, so we'll see what we can do today. Let's go 5, squeeze, 6, nice, good job, 7, elbows tucked, there we go, 8, just moving easy, come on, 9, 10, let's go, easy, one more. Push, squeeze, slow, nice. Easy progress, baby. 1 rep up from last week, and he definitely still had 2 reps left in the tank, so that's a dub. One thing to keep in mind, this isn't obviously our usual gym. This isn't where Byron usually trains. So the weights, the cables, the machines are all going to be completely different weights. So if you guys are swapping gym to gym, or you have 2 different gyms, a work gym and a weekend gym, whatever the case is, don't be disheartened. Despite being in a different gym, having different weights, Byron has still technically progressed. He's gone from 60 kilos on the chest press for 10 reps. He's hit 11 this week, still at the RP 8. So that's proof that he's getting stronger. He's improving week to week at the moment. And although he progressed on his first set, which is usually going to be our top heaviest set, he still matched his reps on the second set. So overall, we're still progressing. And if you do PR on your first working set, most of the time you're going to accrue some extra fatigue, and your second set might, match or even get less reps. So don't get disheartened if that's going to be the case. Next up, we have the machine chest fly. Let's get it. Perfect example of what I was saying before, where different gyms have different weights. On Byron's log, he's put 25 kilos on his flyers last week. We've got 45 on there now, and he honestly just pumped out like 20 reps like it was nothing. Perfect example. Don't get disheartened if you guys are not progressing at different gyms. One thing form-wise, when you're doing your chest flies, you kind of want to imagine you're just given the biggest hug ever. Similar with the lateral raises here, we want to try to think leading with our pinkies. If you guys are internally rotating a little bit and trying to squeeze your elbows together at the top of the movement, you're going to be able to squeeze your chest a lot more and build more of that muscle connection. He's had surgery on his shoulder, so that's one thing to keep in mind. We can't completely rotate back, so we'll go as best as we can. We'll put the shoulders back, roll backwards, chest nice and proud, bring it up, back's nice and flat on the pad, feet sturdy on the ground, and then we're going to bring it nice and wide. World's biggest hug. Come it back, 3 seconds down, 2, 1, stop. So we're going to hold that, go bring it up off the weight. Yep, we're going to hold that stretch for a quick second and then come back. Try imagine touching your elbows together. There you go, and you can probably feel the chest. And now we want to keep this rolled back. Keep in mind he just did a set, so he's probably a bit flogged. How'd that feel?
Yeah, a lot better. A lot more like squeeze throughout the whole way. It's like more consistent, especially at the end. You get way more. As I got more fatigue, though, it's harder and harder to get that elbows in. But it's good.
Some people get really confused when it comes to RAR or RPE. So we're going to do a bit of an example. On my incline bicep curls, I'm going to go for an RAR 0 to 1. So by this, I mean, I want to be going until I have 0 reps left in the tank. I'm completely hitting failure. I can't get any more reps. Even if someone's got a gun to my head, I am fucked. If you're going for that 1 RAR, basically you have 1 rep left. And Byron is going to showcase what it looks like to have about 2 to 3 RAR. So let's get into it. As you can see, there was like pretty much no chance I'm getting that bitch up on that last rep. I'm going to call that a 0 to 1 RAR. So Byron's going for about that 2 RAR. He's going to gauge that himself, and I'm just going to judge and make sure he gets that accurate. Easy. Let's go. 5. Slow it down on the way down. There you go. Nice. Yep. Up. 8. Nice. I only reckon 1 more. Up. I reckon that's about it there. You reckon you have 2 reps left? Okay, let's see. Alright, let's see. Let's see if you can get 2 more. Let's see how accurate we got this. 1 more. If you're really giving your all, let's go. Alright, so we're about the 1 to 2 RAR there.
That pause is probably what also made it not have that one last one. Sorry, I'm dizzy now.
That extra long pause holding the dumbbells probably cooked him there. That's a wrap on our Friday upper session together. First one, training together. We'll definitely be doing another episode of this too. We're going to quickly run over Byron's progress for the last week, get the shirt off, see how he's looking. Pump isn't crazy right now. We've done a bit of chest, a bit of arms. The lighting's probably a little bit better than at home, but I do think we've made some good progress in a week. He's down about 2 kilos from memory. And even in person, you guys might see on camera, his face looks a lot more defined around his jawline, and his overall jaw structure is a lot leaner. So that's a wrap on the session together. We're just going to run through kind of like a bit of a recap for this episode and then the game plan moving forward for the next week, considering we've just kind of checked in. One thing I wanted to touch on briefly was obviously Byron, he's down a couple kilos on his first week. Very impressive. A lot of it's going to be water weight, glycogen and whatnot, but we're making a good move. He's building more of a routine and structure, and it's going to be more about like building a foundation by like brick by brick. So you don't just start with everything in place. Like, you're not just going to wake up, get your 10K steps a day, eat all your meals. It's all about finding what works for you and your job, your routine, your structure. Because again, everyone is going to be different. What Byron does for work, having his own business, filming, isn't going to work for someone that goes to an office job and works 9 to 5. Start with the little things. Start with trying to get your steps, prepping your meals, going to be the 2 main ones, and then start dialing in your training from there and your cardio and whatnot after that. But routine first always, and then build on this until you have like a full solid foundation so you can grow from there. What we're going to focus on for the next week moving forward is 1, steps, 2, trying to get his sleep in despite being busy. The big one is going to be preparing for the week ahead. So for this episode in particular, if you guys come through the YouTube, go through on Instagram, drop me a follow. I'm going to send you guys a completely free tailored macro and calorie count so you guys can at least get started and follow along for this journey. All you have to do is, again, drop me a follow and DM me the word CALS, C-A-L-S, and I'll know that you guys came from YouTube. That way I'll send it and get it tailored to you. So obviously, being online coaching, you guys might feel like you're missing out because you don't have someone in person with you to teach you. We always push all of our clients to send form videos, make sure we can refine everything. Obviously, that's why I trained with Byron today in person as well.
So it was really nice to have Sage there to just guide me, give like little cues that make such a huge difference. And I found myself just isolating my muscles way better, just feeling more controlled, just like I was doing things correctly. Honestly, it just felt good.
That's a wrap on episode 2 of the shredding series with Byron. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be dropping an episode each week. Let me know in the comments what you think we should be doing next week. Should we go grocery shopping? Should we meal prep? Whatever you guys are going to think is going to be beneficial, drop a comment and we'll run that up for you. And a last reminder, send me a DM on Instagram, CALS, CALS, and I'll send you guys a tailored macro and calorie goal so you can also start losing weight for free.